What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for another reaction video. Checking out the very hilarious Bill Burr, and this one is issue with the airline boarding process. Okay, and this one is on the Conan. All right, yes, I can't wait to check this one out. So, if you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. Over freely if you become a part of the family. So, let's go.
Madison Square Garden, I mean, things have just gone so well for you. It's exciting.
Yeah.
These tours you're doing are so popular. The latest one, the tour is called 50.
Yes, sir.
You are 50. Are you feeling different right now? Is 50 a weird time for you?
No, I turned 50 and I just decided to call the tour that. I'm kind of going the opposite of all the people who do like the Botox and the hair plugs and try to look 22 for the rest of their life.
Right.
You know, when they really just, they don't look good.
Yeah.
You know?
You're saying, why don't fake it? Just
no,
embrace it. Embrace
they make
it.
your eyes water when you look at them.
My
wife's always watching like those Real Housewives and stuff, and they just look exhausted. They're like in their fit. You know what it always reminds me of? Remember when Brett Favre played on the Vikings?
Yeah.
And it was just like, just retire, dude. You're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, yeah.
It's over. And those women, it's like, yeah, you had your time. You were beautiful, and it's over.
So
Now, people grown. You don't remember when you were a kid, you went into the club, and there was that older person hanging out? That creep? Yeah, that's what you're doing.
That's what you're doing.
50's not the new 40. It's 50. I am 50. All right? I have to go see doctors.
Yeah.
I have to have blood taken. So I feel young physically, but mentally, like when I watch TV, it makes me feel old.
What makes you feel old about watching TV?
There's music. There's no guitar solos anymore. And then for some reason, with all this technology, millennials, if you take a full water bottle and you flip it in the air and it lands upright, they run out of the room like they just saw a witch. Everybody's like, oh! It's like, really? Yeah, you put your reality glasses on, you're playing all these video games, and all somebody has to do? I mean, that's like a game like Tom Sawyer would have played. So it's stuff like that I'm just like, I'm not ridiculing it. It's just like, wow, I can't relate to this.
You can't relate to it.
Yeah.
You know, your show, F is for Family, I relate to it because it's about parenting in the 70s. And that's, that was when I was parented like you. What do you think of parents now? How do you compare them to parents in the 70s?
Oh, it's just completely, the kids have so much power. It's like ridiculous. Like half of these kids, I'm like, I look and I just have what happened to me. And I'm like looking at a kid and be like, this kid's about ready to get punted across the grocery store. And it just never happens.
Right.
They just don't get hit. And I think it's hurting this country.
You're mad.
No, like,
let's get this. You're mad that children are not being...
it should be the threat of it. Half of it was just look, it was just your dad was acting like he was going to do it. He never did it, but your mother did. And because she was a woman, it was like, okay. Because it was like, hey, you let a girl beat you up, you kind of felt emasculated.
Yeah.
We had a rule, like, a lot of the stuff that I look at from when I was a kid that actually kind of made sense in a way would now be considered like abuse, I guess. Like when I was a kid, if you didn't finish your supper, as we called it.
Supper, yeah.
Yeah, my mother was just like, well, you're going to finish, she would just wrap it in cellophane and you just picked up where you left off for breakfast. Like a blue-collar job. Like you take the shovel out of the hole and just start digging it again. So, yeah, I remember one night we had cube steaks, which is like one of the toughest pieces of meat. I don't know if you guys, everything's so like Asian-infused Wagyu beef. Everybody's eating that crap now, but cube steak was like, they had
Yeah, here you talk about this before on another video about it, about this cube steak. Okay, Bill Burr is ridiculously crazy. Okay, either love him or hate him.
really had to hit it with a hammer to make it like edible. And so we were having cube steaks, and I forget my little brother was still in a high chair, and he couldn't finish his. So my mother goes, all right, we're just going to have to eat it for breakfast. And that was like 8 hours away, which was like half his life. So he's like, all right, I'll take that deal. So the next morning, I remember we were having waffles. My mother always made Sunday breakfast. We had all these waffles, eggs, bacon, this whole layout. My mother was looking at half-eaten cube steaks and a little mound of green bean casserole. And he goes, so he looked at my mom. He goes, Mom, can I have a waffle? And she goes, no, you got to finish your supper. He's like, well, after I finish my supper, then can I have a waffle? She goes, no, that is your breakfast. And he goes, oh, Mom, I hate you. And my dad, without looking up, took a full glass of milk and threw it in his face. Swear to God. This is what kills me. What kills
You
me.
want everyone today to have as miserable a childhood as you had.
No, but it was kind of funny. We know what's hilarious was my mother just popped up and just immediately started cleaning up, and my dad just kept eating. Like he didn't like the roles were defined back then. Now the guy has to throw the milk, he has to clean it up while telling his wife she's brave for just sitting there, like whatever that is. Can you hear it? Oh, I know. Women are so overrated, right? We went from we went from not listening to them. It's ridiculous.
What?
Believe women. It's like all of them. How about 85%? I'll give you 87%.
Oh no, I can't bother. What he said? Women are overrated. What? I can't believe you said that. No, we're not. No, we're not.
Said that keys your car, lights your shit on fire, and puts a family pet in a pot of stew.
Who put a pen in a pot of stew?
Glenn Close.
Oh,
Glenn Close, yeah.
That's, yeah, okay, all right. I think it was a separately...
You're messing with the crazy ones. Those are the crazy ones you're messing with.
From my childhood.
Evidence.
Yeah.
You mean
Due
people...
process.
Right.
Somebody says something happened, and then someone else goes, well, I said it happened this way, like the old gumshoe shows. Then they had to figure it out.
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't exist now on social media. It's just
Right.
like it's just frontier justice.
Right.
You feel how nervous everybody just got in here? The fact that I just suggested that there should be due process?
Frontier
He's talking
justice.
crazy, man. Did he just join ISIS? This is what
what I'm saying.
And then the woos that they agreed, but they didn't agree when it counted.
We'll digitally add woos, don't worry.
We got Conan.
We have the woo machine. You are way too angry. 50 is still relatively young. You have the anger of a 110-year-old man. All these telephones. You can't argue?
I can't argue that.
You know, the last segment, there's a lot you get worked up about. You know, you've always been that way. I've known you a long time. You get worked up about stuff,
Yes.
you get happy.
When he was 4, he was like, things were better when I was 3. World shit now. The heydays of my 2s.
Guilty as charged.
So here's the thing. Are you now that you're playing at Madison Square Garden, you got all these fans, you're extremely successful comedian. Are you able to enjoy your success now? Are you able to just have some fun with the fact that you're a success?
Yes, I enjoy it, but I still, the bane of my existence is I let little things bother me. Downloading new operating systems will just, I bring a lot of tension into the house, according to my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed, we're always working on me, Like, my wife is incidentally some completed work, like under museum glass, and I'm like that building that has scaffolding around it for like 7 years. No, she's a saint for putting up with me. I know, but my latest thing that's driving me nuts is I spent 20 years in the back of the plane, getting treated like an animal, and I finally worked my way up to the front of the plane, Group 1, which means you get to board like it's your plane. Right?
You get to board.
Yes. You
first,
sit in a chair that's the size for a human being. There's a place for your bag.
Yep.
Right? You get a little hot towel and all. And then the second I get that, all of a sudden now, there's like these 20 groups that are like pre-boarding now. Like half the plane qualifies, and they're getting on, and I just sit there just like losing my shit. You know? It starts off like, it's just like anybody in uniform, anybody in military. So it's like, all right. But after like the 20th guy, you just start being like, have you seen action? Are you on the front lines at least? Right? Then it's anybody with kids, anybody with disabilities, and then just anybody with a red shirt. Hey, it's Tony Tuesday. Anybody named Anthony can get on. Dude, I sat one time.
I know, right? There's so many groups now when you're boarding, for real. So many groups. For real. That part, like, sometimes it's annoying for sure. You know, you have to wait until they call all these different class and groups and, yeah.
I saw this guy get on the plane. Okay, he wasn't in uniform. He didn't have kids. He had all his limbs. He wasn't limping. He didn't have a cough. He just walked on the plane. It's like, who the is that guy?
Yeah, some people tell
That
lie.
guy. So, no, I always hated the anxiety of being in the back of the plane. I just remember, like, the worst is whenever you would get your seat and you'd sit there and they're about ready to close the door and you'd have that empty seat next to you. Like,
Yes.
The poor man's first class. You're like, oh, shit, I'll bring the armrest up. I can actually be great. And then all of a sudden, some fat bastard gets on the plane and you're like, no. You're literally, you're like Quint. It's like sliding down the boat. Right?
No.
I swear to God, this is all true. This dude got on. He was so fat. He was sitting next to me. I was literally next to him. He like tried to make himself smaller, and he like folded his arm, and his lat came out like a, those old Western saloon things. I'm just sitting behind this thing.
No.
So that motivates you to try to get to a
all
certain
these
place
years,
in life.
20 years, you work your way
I
up to the
can't.
front, and now still they won't let you.
Yeah, now that fat guy's considered disabled because he can't stop eating cookies. So he gets on. Look at everybody groaning. 90% of the world is starving to death. That guy. Eat a salad and get on the treadmill like the rest of us. We're all working out. What is the problem?
There he goes now with the fat jokes. I can't bother with Bill Burr. All right. I understand, yes. You want to sit comfortable, everything in the airplane and stuff, but, that is it. They can't be making jokes about fat people, about people with, because that will make a lot of people uncomfortable, but yet at the same time, yeah, you want to be comfortable on the plane. Understand, is, yeah. Oh. I don't know.
And get on the treadmill like the rest of us. We're all working out. What is the problem?
Well, okay, what could you do? Could you do anything then? Could you get on the plane? Is there anything you could do that would
Conan,
get
I
Bill
imagine there's something that I could be doing. There's always something that I could be doing. That's what I've learned being married. You know
Right.
what? You should have done it this way. I'm sorry, like that literally.
So I'm your wife right now.
That
That's the
was
idea.
just playing in the loop. What am I doing now? This is the thing. You know what kills me? It's
What?
just like if I could just fix my temper, my wife, she'd have nothing on me.
Yeah.
I work my ass off. I make a great living. I like doing the dishes. I'm a great dad. All she has on me is just, I don't know, like my overall vibe.
All she has on you
is my
your
vibe.
overall personality and vibe.
I was this guy
The
when
essence of who you are is the only thing.
I was this guy when she met me.
Yeah.
She's acting like I changed. I was always flipping out.
Were you flipping out the day like when you met? Did you flip out? Were you really that early
Yeah,
in the
I remember.
courtship?
She told me to go see that movie Monster. Remember that movie with Charlize Theron?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And
Please,
everybody was saying how, oh my God, it was unbelievable. Like they literally blame guys that she was a serial killer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you saw the Jeffrey Dahmer movie, it wasn't like, somebody shoved a tuna fish sandwich up my ass and I confused people with food. So they didn't make like a big excuse for him.
Oh.
She was a psycho killing people and she should have died. But I'm like watching it feeling guilt. Do they ever take responsibility for their actions? Even when they're murdering people, it's somehow our fault. It's unreal.
Oh. Oh.
Why would having a tuna fish sandwich shoved up your butt make you want to eat people?
Another man did it.
Oh
It was another
no.
person. So you equated, I don't know, sex with food? I forget how the idea went. But all I know is she laughed when I said it. She was dying laughing and kind of saw my point. And I always hate when she says to me, she'll just be like, I just don't see where is that coming from? Where is that coming from? It's just like, honey, how many childhood stories do I have to tell you before you follow the breadcrumbs to the psycho that you married? I mean, you take a psychology class like you didn't see this coming? Right. That's what it is. It's not that she says that I'm a jerk. It's just the nerve to be surprised.
Time. I feel like do I help you at all by getting this stuff out? It's cathartic, right?
Cathartic, because I'm going to go home. She's not going to watch this. She's over me.
I love it when a guest says, she's not going to watch this.
No, she's not going to watch it.
Yeah. You can see Bill on his latest nationwide tour, 50, and he's starting to mellow, I swear to God.
I am. I'm getting the twinkle in my eye back.
At the TD Garden in Boston, October 5th,
God.
Madison Square Garden.
Oh man. Oh man. His rant is crazy when he starts to rant about his wife. They say she knew the second that she married her. You ain't gonna love him, you ain't gonna hate him. Yes, because he's just gonna speak his mind. It doesn't matter what the subject is or the issue or the fact. He's gonna speak how he feels about the situation, and he's gonna give you his point of view of how he sees it, whether it's wrong or right, how he sees it in his eyes, okay, and he's gonna tell you. He's not gonna hold back at all. Okay, guys, yes. Hope you enjoyed that one. Comment down below, let me know what you all think. I'll catch you in another reaction video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.